So looking forward to the mediation lab this coming week. After the reading, I felt pretty intimidated with what's going on, but just as I've been able to reflect on what we're expected to do in the mediation and from our fishbowl experiences that we've had, some of my first initial thoughts with it, like comparing how my last two experiences in the fishbowl went and when I'm thinking of in the future, I thought how in the fishbowl experiences, I was very rushed. I just really was planning on trying to say my question that I had planned and then getting out. So looking forward, I would definitely want to make sure to slow myself down. Like, we are given an hour and a half, just a lot of time. And also to remember that everything doesn't have to be tied up in a nice pretty bow at the end of the hour and a half. That everything doesn't need to be done, but we will want to have made some good ground. And so that's what I think I'm going to come into it, is not trying to fix the problem, but trying to sow the seeds and begin to take apart the issue. And no, not take apart the issue, that's not a good way. I think create a out-of-the-box space. That's better for these people, that they'll be able to find a common ground. And I think that leads me to my next thought about how I think how important the relationship aspect in this, because I think as college students, which is a scenario that we're coming into, especially at BYU Hawaii, we come from so many diverse backgrounds, and in college we all want to make a difference. At least part of me thinks that we all have these big goals in our heads, and so I want to really take the time to build relationships with them and be able to open up and talk about our goals and what each person wants. And something I thought about how to build an out-of-the-box space would be to, I guess, show that I'm out of the box myself with them by being vulnerable. How I pictured it, at least right now in my head, would be to share an embarrassing story or something that scares me or something like that will show that I'm willing to go to that place with them, and hopefully it would be able to make them feel more comfortable to be open in the environment with me. And to make it more of a conversation and less of a counseling session. I don't know, in my head I felt like I was trying to be a counselor in the fishbowl, and I think what would help in this situation would be to be the calm friend, I guess. In my head I pictured. Either way, I think trying to come into this experience as a more human person and not as with an idea of fixing them. So I think that's what I'm looking forward to this, and also using this a lot more, because I think this will be key, because usually I've spent, or in both the mediations I noticed that I spent a lot of time focusing on the just the top of the iceberg, what's the problems, what do they want to change, what's all this, when those things can't change unless what's going on down here will change. And so I really hope to be able to get down to those down to the point, not the point, but the point down here, needs for each person. So I'm excited for this experience, still nervous, but I hope to learn a lot from it. So I am grateful for it, and I hope that you have a great one. Mahalo.